You know, building robots is harder than it looks. I tried to build one. It had a chainsaw, an axe, a spinning disc, everything. I even tested it out on the dishwasher. But the dishwasher won. So I decided to leave it to the pros. They'll do the fighting, I'll do the cheering. So are we ready to make some noise? Jonathan, who's fighting this week?
Thanks, Craig. It's great to hear a crowd just begging for wanton destruction, especially the granddads. They're the worst out there, you know. Anyway, let's find out how they line up for round one. Looks spicy to me. Dominator 2 beaten in the semi-finals of the last series against a shiny newcomer, Derek. King B Powerworks, previous semi-finalists against an ugly-looking Chronic 2. 13 Black, a roulette wheel robot trying its luck against Corkscrew. An Exterminator semi-finalist in the last series against New Machine, Immortalis.
Welcome to the pits, where the action really happens. Forget the arena, this is where the real stories come out. These four walls reverberate with tears and tantrums. Hopes are shattered, dreams are destroyed. Like we care. Four well-known bots to watch for tonight. Dominator 2 is ranked 11 and has that awesome axe. King B is back and has a pussycat-style blade as a new weapon. Chronic 2 was a rookie last year, but managed to reach its heat final. Back with an improved design, could this be the one to watch? And finally, the extra special Exterminator. Past performance sees Marlon Pritchard's robot ranked at 14, and they're back with their interchangeable flipper-stroke axe and an excellent self-righting mechanism. Fancy a bit of robotic roulette? Well, newcomer 13 Black is the one for you. But Dominator's up first against nervy newcomer Derek.
It's time for Metal Meltdown, so let the wars begin!
From Huntingdon, Dominator 2.
Improved from the appearance in the semi-finals of the last wars. 24-volt electric motors power 20-mile-an-hour top speeds. The 12-kilo force of the pneumatic axe could mean this dominates the heat.
From Asramore Industrial Estate, Derek.
Flashy with the lifting arm and rear-mounted spinning disc made from aluminium, steel polypropane and stainless steel. Two 750-watt industrial motors generate 13-mile-an-hour top speeds. Lack of experience, though.
Roboteers, stand by.
Dominator 2, a worthy machine. Peter Halloway, Chris Hall and Elliot Smart, and Derek. Ian Rotherham is the robot driver. Andrew Groves and Frank Rotherham in there with him. Sergeant Bash is also in the arena for the house robots with a flamethrower. And Shunt with the axe, the scoop and the formidable pushing power.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Dominator 2 will start as the favourite for this battle because of the experience and the might of that pneumatic axe, slamming down then on the stainless steel and aluminium frame in the main of Derek, quaintly named. Trying there to get its own weapon. The front lifting arm into action. In comes Sergeant Bash. Dominator 2 with a crash. Derek digging into the arena floor. Well, we don't take kindly to that, Derek. With your little fangs. Shutting up our lovely carpet, as it were. Dominator 2, you are now on a mission for us then. To tidy things up. But not like that, you won't. Slamming into the arena with poor control. Peter Halloway, 35-year-old development engineer at the controls of Dominator 2. Derek now slammed onto the arena side wall. Shunt is in there as well. Dominator 2 with the axe crashing down. Derek needs to get out of there. Can't get out. It's pinned in on the side wall. Dominator 2 doing all the work, all the pressing, all the aggressive work, and Shunt just barring a way out for Derek. Which way can they go? Caught between a rock and a hard place, and I think they've been immobilised in there now, Derek. There's no way out for them. Dominator 2 will win this one. Derek immobilised, the ref bot in there and counting them down. Good start by Derek, but what do we say? Lack of experience would count. They got themselves caught against the arena side wall, and Ian Rotherham couldn't get them away from there. Derek, you're out. disappointing. After the bright start, in comes Shunt, in comes Sergeant Bash. Through go Dominator 2.
Oh, Derek, just stop working. Dominator 2, go through. There, guys. Dominator 2. You're seated 11.
We are.
It shows that we hold you in high regard.
We certainly do.
How do you think you're going to do this year?
All the way.
All the
In
way?
our final.
Well, you're semi-finalists last year, weren't you?
We were.
And they all went pants there. Do you think you can make it to the final this time?
That's what we're trying.
All right, guys. Hope to see you in the final. Let's hear it. Dominator 2.
The Axe had it, Dominator 2 through, Derek out. Next up, King B Powerworks and Chronic 2.
From Habit, King B Powerworks.
Similar look to the previous machine, which reached the semi-finals of the Second Wars with the rear saw and flipper 3,000 watt driven motors. Experienced, quick, manoeuvrable, worth watching closely.
From Beer in Devon, Chronic 2.
Made from aluminium and steel, used an aluminium wrapper from a chocolate bar to screen the receiver antenna, has 2 wedge slippers and 2 titanium spikes, and they say they're tipped with blood.
Roboteers, stand by.
King B, we've seen them before. Simon Harrison is the driver and the weaponry. Grant Hornsby's alongside him. And Chronic 2, blue with a fierce-looking face. John Lang, his son Dave, and Mike Gardner, who works with John. Working in the arena for the house robot, Sergeant Bash. Great long-range flamethrower weapon and the pincers. And Shunt is in there again. Real hunger for battle in this heat, Shunt.
3, 2, 1.
Good-looking fight here. Chronic 2 with the classic wedge shape and the flipper at the front. Oh, immediately getting in underneath King B Powerworks. Has a ½ centimetre of ground clearance. What came off Chronic 2 there? One of the little spikes, I think. The yellow blood that tips spines, they say. And another one, I think it's blown away there. And Chronic 2 bashed against the inner side wall. King B Powerworks certainly looks to me the quicker and more powerful of the 2 machines. Again on the attack, King B using the front fangs, which double up as a lift, and they pierce Chronic 2's side. You can see the hole in there, and they push Chronic 2 into the CP set. Simon Harrison and Grant Hornsby, you need to get out of there, because otherwise the house robots can come out with devilment and also with destructibility. Hanging on, King B Powerworks again by impaling itself there on the side of Chronic 2 on the aluminium and steel frame, pushing Chronic 2 towards Sergeant Bash. On its side, Chronic 2 cannot get away. Shunt coming in with the axe. King B Powerworks worrying and antagonising, irritating. Now I think coming for an onslaught using the saw blade. But a saw reminiscent of Pussycats. The spines are on fire on Chronic 2, which seems seconds away from defeat. Not many of those spines left. Oh, King B Powerworks drove itself onto a side angle grinder. A little bit silly. Should it go to the judges? I think it will. They'll have to mark on style, control, damage and aggression. And they'll have to make the decision. Both robots mobile at the end. Good start by Chronic 2 using the flipper. King B Powerworks opening itself up for an attack, but from then on really dominated the fight for me, slamming Chronic on the side wall, into flames, the spines were burning. King B looked manoeuvrable, nifty, stylish, controlled. Has to be King B for me. Damage caused to Chronic 2.
Oh, tense, 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 tense. The judges have made a decision. They're looking at style, control, damage and aggression. They've gone for King B! Well done, guys. Well done. Must be disappointed.
A little bit disappointed, yeah, since we did quite well last year. So.
You did well in that battle as well, you know. It was just, it was close.
Yeah, I think we got a slight problem with it.
Oh, what went wrong?
The electrics don't seem to work very well.
Never a good thing in Robot Wars, that is it?
No, it was my thing as well, so...
So it's your fault. What do you think about that?
Well, that happened, didn't it, sometime?
It had to happen. Have you enjoyed it?
Yes.
Are you going to come back with a bigger, badder, better robot?
Well, we hope so, yeah.
All right, Chronic 3 is it going to be?
Let's see what we can do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Chronic 2! Well, you're through.
Well, we're back again, yeah, and we're through.
It's a very strong robot, very fast as well.
Yeah, yeah.
What drives it?
It's the highest voltage the rules will allow, and it makes us give a good punch.
What are the tactics on a thing like that? Because it is very sort of fast.
Hit them hard, hit them hard.
Hit them hard, win them, take the wind out of the sails.
That's right, yeah, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for King B! Well done, guys.
Good decision by the judges. King B Powerworks get it against Chronic 2. Next up, 13 Black and the Corkscrew.
From Hinckley, 13 Black.
Innovative design, two 650mm spinning discs at 400 RPM, carbon fibre, Kevlar, composite body and weapons. Can get up to 20 miles an hour. This really will be rushing roulette.
From Selkirk, Corkscrew.
A revolving body with two blades made out of a lorry wheel with tank-type steering. John Heatley promised his boys he'd build a robot for them if they raised the money. They did by washing cars. Here they are.
Roboteers, stand by.
There is Corkscrew. Is it top-heavy, I wonder? Unbalanced? There's John and his two boys, Lewis and Lawrence, 12 and 11. And 13 Black. An unusual machine. John Denny is the driver, Richard Morris and Ken Wilson with him. To do damage for the house robot, Sergeant Bash, the pincers, the flamethrower. And with a huge capacity for mayhem is Shunt, our old pal.
3, 2, 1.
If 13 Black can get both of those cutting blades working in tandem, they are very destructive. Well, that's one. But Corkscrew, the wheel hub with the kilt and the Scottish spirit, has thus far withstood the pressure and the punishment, has its own blades, Corkscrew, on the sides of the revolving body, and this is a fast and frantic fight, isn't it? 13 Black smashes on Shunt away. There goes the revolving Corkscrew. It's all maddened, whirling and twirling out there. A Highland fling from Corkscrew. Will they toss the caber that is 13 Black? Corkscrew. The men with the Highland bravery. Scott Swahey from Selkirk, Edinburgh. 13 Black. The roulette wheel has stopped spinning. The other blade is still moving furiously. Close in on Corkscrew. Has the kilt got caught up in there, or is it the blade of Corkscrew? It is. There, look, hanging on to 13 Black, low down. Now, for me, while 13 Black has looked on the surface the more aggressive, I think Corkscrew has been the more controlled here. Lewis Heatley, 12 years of age, is steering Corkscrew perhaps to a famous victory. Shunt has a look. They're caught, wedged together here. Cease has been called. The robots will be decided by the judges. Brilliant stuff by young Lewis and his brother Lawrence. The judges will decide. Oh, and do they know? They look agonised. They plot, they consider. Corkscrew spinning under pressure from 13 Black, then coming back on the attack itself. Well, it was smashing and bashing 13 Black, but was that controlled and stylish? And was this the most significant moment of damage? The roulette wheel stopped.
Well, the judges have made their decision. Now, they can be quite controversial in Robot Wars, and I think this is quite a controversial decision. They've gone for Corkscrew! Well done, lads! How do you feel about it? There's murmurings of discontent from the crowd. How do you feel about that decision?
It's hard to say, really. It was a good match. It was a well placed, you know,
It was going so well
until
you got stuck.
Yeah.
And then it just turned into like a complicated waltz, didn't it?
Yeah.
But I thought your 2 spinning discs, very powerful. The noise of it when they spin up, very like hypnodisc. But one did break down.
Yeah,
and you did sustain damage because that's how you got stuck together. So I think they've gone just on damage alone, and they've gone for corkscrew. But you've got a fairly awesome robot there, and I'm sure we'll see you back.
We'll be back.
Let's hear for Black 13. Unlucky for some, but lucky for you guys. How do you feel about that? Great. Did you think you'd won it? Did you think you'd done enough to get it?
No, but we did.
No, but you did. Exactly. How far do you think you're going to get?
All the way.
How long does it take to make this robot?
It was 6 months.
6 months. In a shed or a garage?
In the garage and the kitchen table, which my wife can, you know, rely on to tell you about, yeah.
On the kitchen table?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and who's responsible for putting these 2 young boys in skirts?
They're not scared.
People have...
It's a kilt?
Yeah.
Oh, silly me, man, sorry. It's good to have you here. Hope you go far. You're great competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Corkscrew!
I've got to say, I think the judges got it right. Corkscrew are more controlled for me. Next up, Exterminator and Immortalis.
From Belmont, Exterminator.
Seriously powerful axe on wheels with extra weight this series at 37 kilos. Semi-finalist in the 4th Wars. The 1 centimetre ground clearance could be its downfall. So many flippers about.
From Ossett, Immortalis.
A metre wide, 3-sided pneumatic shovel, concrete slicing saw and high-impact spikes provide the weaponry. Has devilish eyes and angry temper, but immortal, is that a vain boast?
Roboteers, stand by.
Immortalis. At the controls, Colin Scott. His son Jordan is there, age 9, and Steve Keating as well on the weapons. Exterminator. Marlon Pritchard is the robot driver, and alongside him, Simon Baldwin. Sergeant Bash in the arena with the pincers, a long-range flamethrower. And to create carnage, Shunt.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Exterminator has experience in battle, though Colin Scott, the driver of Immortalis, had previously entered Robot Wars with Death Warmed Up and Piste Resistance. His Immortalis creation this time, though, under pressure from Exterminator, but hanging on, and Exterminator almost turned over there. As they dragged together, Exterminator flopped forward, and 100 kilos is pressing down on Immortalis, and in comes the red bot to separate them. Good decision. Hey, hang on, Exterminator, you're not fighting the ref bot. You may be angry at his decision, but you don't take on the ref bot. Yellow card. Oh, ref bot. Yellow card, Exterminator, surely. Have a word. What's happening with Immortalis, meanwhile? In the arena there, in the CPZ. And under pressure from Sergeant Bash. What a curious fight this is. Immortalis has never really seemed to be under control. Exterminator, a frightening temper, took on the ref bot. Sergeant Bash is in there as well. There is Exterminator. Immortalis. Oh! And up goes the Bumblebee bot. It's the only thing I can think it resembles out there. Immortalis, the ghastly innards exposed to all, including Sergeant Bash and Shunt. They need no second invitation. The ghastly grimace on the face of Immortalis shows a screaming pain and agony. And the devilish eyes will blink no more as the referee keeps a close watch. The ref bot counts you out. Immortal you were not. And Immortalis have crashed out of Robot Wars, and Exterminator, hardly an X-rated display of mechanical mayhem and machination, but nonetheless they go through. The pit of oblivion descends. The crowd cry furiously for the burial of Immortalis. R.I.P. rust in pieces.
Well, Immortalis proves its mortality. Exterminator 2, they go through. Well, guys, you're ranked 14. Yep. That was fairly easy, that one, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know. We were pretty lucky, I think.
On paper, that was a really impressive robot, that Immortalis. I mean, it's still sort of a concrete slicing saw and all that kind of stuff, but the practicality of it all was you just beat it.
I think the kitchen sink fell off it.
Walking around the pits, have you seen any robots that you think, oh, I want to avoid that? Who do you want to avoid in the draw?
There's a lot. The quality of them was brilliant this year.
Isn't the quality really improved?
A lot better, yeah.
There's a lot that I don't want to match up with.
Yeah, Dominator 2 is going to be one that we're...
Is he going to be a good robot, is he?
I think so, yeah. It is a very good robot, yeah.
All right, so let's hope you don't get that one then.
Fingers crossed.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Exterminator Posse!
So, Exterminator, too good for Immortalis, and making it through to the semi-finals of Heat F, where they'll now do battle with Corkscrew. First up, Dominator 2 against King B Powerworks. Now, that'll be a fight.
So, 4 robots feeling quite smug. But who'll be smiling at the Heat semi-finals?
Roboteers are just like anyone else. Sometimes they take a while to get going. Sometimes that's my job here in the pits, to get them going before they go in there. How are you feeling about the opposition?
No problem at all. We'll trash them.
Trash them. I want insults. Come on, come on.
Everyone hates wedges. Look at that, just a wedge.
Just a wedge.
We're going to fill them full of holes.
Fill them full of holes?
There'll be no Dominator 3.
No?
Square bot, square blokes. We're going to have them.
And that's the best they can do.
From Habit, King B Powerworks.
Hi, I'm Simon. This is Grant. We're the King Buxton team. The name Powerworks comes from the fact we're using the highest voltage that the rules will allow in our power system for the drive. We're also running the same system for the saw at the back. It actually run 8,000 RPM. We've had some reliability problems in the past, but when we're on a run, I think we're going to be doing quite well.
From Huntingdon, Dominator 2.
Hi, I'm Paul. This is Pete. That's Chris. This is Dominator 2. 3.5mm plasma nitride coated titanium, goes to 7mm at the front end, and acts as 4 times more powerful than Last Wars, made of aircraft grade aluminium, a lot of CNC work done. Last Wars were semi-finalists, this year we'll win.
Roboteers, stand by.
Ooh, the blinking eyes of Sir Killalot. He means to menace Dominator 2, perhaps. There's the team, Paul, Peter and Chris. And King B Powerworks with Simon Harrison and Grant Hornsby in the control pod. There's their machine. Fighting for the house robots. We've seen Sir Killalot, who looks mean and moody. Magnificent. Somehow unshunt, feisty, aggressive.
3, 2, 1.
Very good battle this. Dominator 2, possibly more impressive in its earlier fight. King B Powerworks needed a judge's decision to separate it from Chronic. And it's Dominator 2's axe dominating the proceedings early on, and King B Powerworks chased into the CPZ there by Shunt, but very quick to turn and get away at 16-mile-an-hour top speed. Manoeuvrable around that arena. Dominator 2, when it gets a run, can actually get up to 20 mph. Down comes the axe once again with a force of 12 kilos, trying to penetrate that sort of plexiglass armament on top of King B Powerworks, but not managing to do so. You can see there the saw, the circular blade at the front of King B, the forks at the back as well. How can it damage Dominator 2, though? It's a major problem. Side by side, no place to duck or hide. King B Powerworks turns to have a forward thrust, but it's Dominator 2's axe that comes down, and now they have pierced the armament of King B right there in the seal between the plexiglass on top and also the weaponry, the forklift thrusters. They're away, they've got another chance to fight again. but it's Dominator 2 doing all the work here. Semi-finalists beaten by Pussycat in the 4th Wars, and again they're dragging King B Powerworks towards them. You can see the wheels spinning there at King B, trying to get away. It'll go to the judges. For me, Dominator 2 on top.
Way! Fantastic round 2 battle. Dominator looked like it dominated that, but both robots are still fully mobile in the arena. We're going to have to wait for a judge's decision on that. While they're making up their minds, let's review the highlights.
Well, Craig, Dominator 2 had the axe, and I think that was the decisive difference between the two machines. Slamming, banging, finally piercing, and that, for me, was the telling moment in the battle. King B Powerworks nagged away, but Dominator 2 was the more aggressive and caused the more punishment.
Well, there's not really any tension here. The judges have not surprised us, really. They've gone for Dominator 2! How many perforations did they put in you?
Hundreds. Hundreds.
Sometimes it looked like it's gone in so deep that it couldn't actually get itself out again.
It's tough, it's tough. It will keep going with a lot of damage, but...
But you guys are tough as well, because, I mean, that is probably the best axe in the business.
Absolutely.
You were still going, and a lot of the times it was bouncing off your casing.
Well, we didn't want to stop, you know. We wanted to just keep trying to go and trying to go. There's no point in giving up. You never give up in this game. It's just not worth it. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, you're a tough robot, but, you know, you're not too disappointed about that?
Not at all, no. We just love having a bloody good fight. You know, we don't mind. It's not winning, we just don't want to lose badly.
You just want to rumble!
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. King B! Good losers. Very good losers. Now, I said your axe was the best in the business, is it?
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt.
It is so hard.
It's the axe of doom.
Where do you think you're going to go from here?
All the way. That's the plan.
You still believe you can do it this year?
Yep.
No point in being there if we didn't believe it.
You're right there. There's no point in being here if you didn't think you were going to lift the trophy.
Absolutely.
Well, let's hope you do. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dominator 2!
The damage sustained decided it. King B Powerworks out Dominator 2 through to the heat final to meet either Corkscrew or Exterminator.
From Selkirk, Corkscrew.
Welcome to Team Corkscrew. I'm John, this is Lewis, and my other son Lawrence. This is our robot Corkscrew, based on, obviously, Corkscrew. It has a rotating weapon which rotates, and we hope to win Robot Wars.
From Belmont, Exterminator.
Hi, I'm Marlon Pritchard, and this is Simon Baldwin. We're from Hereford, and this is our robot, Exterminator. It's an axed weapon, and we have a bucket on the front to keep the opposition off the floor so that we can hit them.
If we do get into trouble, if we do get flipped over, we do have our new design self-righters, which should get us back on our wheels.
Roboteers, stand by.
Exterminator with all the previous experience of the semi-finals. Marlon Pritchard there at the controls. Against the newcomers, Corkscrew. Lovely story this, though, isn't it? With little Lawrence and Lewis saving up their money by washing cars to provide cash for John Heatley to build the robot. Sir Killalot's in the arena. Oh, please don't crush the hopes of those two wee lads from Scotland. Oh, go on then. Shunt. Also in there to push perhaps Exterminator into the pit, who knows?
3, 2, 1, activate.
Exterminator has the extra little weight, and also with the seriously powerful axe. Oh, has a capability there. Well, to grab hold of the corkscrew handle, wobbly, lightweight the handle, it's not going to overbalance that heavy lorry wheel base for Corkscrew, which has its own spinning blades, but I don't think they're working, are they? For the controls for this heat semi-final, John Heatley taking over from Lewis, who was the controls for the victory over 13 Black earlier. corkscrew and little thrust. Exterminator dodging away, both on the side walls. Corkscrew quickly moving at up to 20 miles an hour. It's slightly the faster of the toe. Oh, and onward thrust almost into oblivion. Was that suicidal, John Heatley there? But again, they bravely come back. An Exterminator. A brave-hearted display by the corkscrew team. Marlon Pritchard looks on, an instrument engineer by trade, loves his golf, his computers and his Exterminator machine. Corkscrew backing away, Exterminator still on the arena wall. The axe is working, corkscrew being axed by Shunt. Exterminator axing nothing in particular, and the judges will have noticed that. Corkscrew still in there fighting. What an unlikely machine, to be honest, to have reached thus far, let alone with a chance of reaching the heat final. I think they've got a great chance. Exterminator axed by Shunt. Drops to the arena floor with a crash. He's smiling. But it could be a death smile of robot rigor mortis, because Exterminator in real peril, not from the flame pit, but from the judges, I think.
Both robots mobile. We're going to have to go to the judges while they're making up their minds. Let's review the highlights.
Well, we knew about Exterminator's axe. Point scored. And again. And really the corkscrew blade wasn't efficient at all. But they had the doggedness and the determination. Damage caused to corkscrew, certainly. But in the end, Exterminator were caught by Shunt. Which way will the judges go here?
Ooh, it's a bit tense here. The judges have made their decision. They're supposed to be looking at style, control, damage, and aggression. Sometimes I don't know what they're looking at. The judges have gone for corkscrew! What do you think of that, then?
Well, they did well, didn't they? They kept going at us all the way through.
They were very aggressive. They were probably looking at the aggression.
Yeah.
What happened to your drive?
I don't know what happened, whether we got some wood stuck underneath or something, it just wouldn't drive to one side.
And how come you've got a panic attack crew member working for you?
All my team members had to go back to work, so I've pinched Michael to drive the axe for me today.
And you were on the axe?
Yeah.
You were getting right stuck in with it, weren't you?
Yeah.
But, it ended in tears, really.
Yeah, that's right. If it won't drive, it's no good, is it?
Disappointed?
Yeah, a little bit, but we'll get it going again.
You'll get it going again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Exterminator 2! Well, in the last round, I made some kind of flippant remark, didn't I, about you guys wearing dresses?
Yeah, not dresses.
I know they're not dresses, they're kilts, because there's nothing girly about you guys, is there? You got right stuck in, didn't you?
Yeah.
But you do court controversy, don't you? I mean, I thought it was a controversial decision for you to be 13 black, for a start. And then you get into this contest, and you don't spin at all. What happened to you? What happened to the corkscrew aspect of the robot?
The engine cut out, I think.
That's it. Engine just cut out, yeah.
So you just had to rely on brute force,
Brute force and ignorance, and we've got all of that.
Do you think you're going to be ready for Dominator 2?
Tough old battle. It's getting tough now.
He's
going
going
really
to be
tough.
He's going to be.
This was
lethal.
tough as well.
This was tough, but such a fast robot, yours.
Yeah, it's quick. It's quick. We can fight without the weapon, so you know we proved that again today. But we can fight a lot better when it runs. So
I tell you, you're going to need the weapon against Dominator 2.
I think we can go through his polycarbonate shell or whatever it is. I think we can do it.
Okay, well, get it working then.
Yeah.
Get your spanners out.
Yeah, we will.
And get it fixed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Corkscrew!
Exterminator stresses caused by the men in dresses. Corkscrew through. And in the heat final, there's Dominator 2 waiting for them. This is how they got this far. Dominator 2 up against Derek, pressing them against the arena side wall after earlier thrusts. Too good for the newcomers. The But it took a judge's decision to separate them from a very good battling King B Powerworks. More damage caused to King B. That's why they got the nod. Good battle that was. Corkscrew whirled their way to victory against 13 Black, who chanced their arm but ran out of luck and took more damage to the roulette wheel. And by now the crowd had fallen in love with Corkscrew, as it took another judge's decision to separate them from Exterminator. They won it because they had Scott's aggression.
This is when Robot Wars gets really exciting. First-timers against semi-finalists last time. Who's going to go through to the semis this time? It's all to play for, but you've done your work, haven't you, in the meantime?
Absolutely, we've beefed it up. Basically, Dominator's been on steroids for the last year. Double the thickness of shell, Axe more powerful.
Yeah, 4 times more powerful?
We reckon so.
But is it any match against these guys? Just look at them. Can you do your normal check? I want everyone to see this.
There we go.
We have this every time, every time.
You have to make sure they're okay.
And the socks, and the socks, and the shoes. You look glorious. All that car washing, it was worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You've come this far. Can you go all the way, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? Even though they've doubled the shell and 4 times the axe?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what did they do earlier?
Called our kilts skirts.
That's enough to make them angry, which is enough to give us a very good battle, I'm sure. Good luck.
2 robots left, and a classic final in the making. Hold on to your seats, and let the heat final begin!
From Selkirk in Edinburgh, Corkscrew. From Huntingdon, Cambridgeshire, Dominator 2.
Corkscrew control pod, John Heatley and his 2 boys, Lewis and Lawrence. There's their turning, churning machine. Will the blades work this time? Against Paul, Chris and Peter with the Dominator 2 machine and the pneumatic axe.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the house robots, Sir Killalot, our master of mechanical mayhem. And Shunt alongside him to scoop and axe opponents.
3, 2, 1, activate.
A busy night for the judges so far. Will the heat final be that close, or will Dominator 2, the favourite for this battle, use that mighty axe to win it and go through to the Robot Wars Series semi-final? Corkscrew against the arena sidewall. Turning away, in comes Shunt. Don't get into that CBZ. The house robots can come in. Corkscrew pressurised by Sir Killalot. How about that for a little turn away from danger? They nip between the 2 there. Dominator 2, down comes the axe. Well, it's cat and mouse, catch me if you can. Corkscrew off and away. Some might say this is just running away for safety. Others might say it's a tactical ruse, a ploy. Press the pit release button and try and get Dominator 2 down into that pit. Certainly Dominator is the heavier, the more cumbersome, the more thoughtful, but the more potent Corkscrew on its side. And I don't think they'll be able to right themselves. They needed the spinning weapon to act as a Shrinek to get themselves up again. It's obviously not working. And Dominator 2 will reach the series semi-final. Oh, well, they battled bravely, haven't they? Lewis, age 12, Lawrence, 11, Dad John, an engineer by trade. And this has been a plucky display by the Scottish team from Selkirk. Well done to them. Congratulations to Dominator 2. Experience counting in the end. Ooh, that looks painful. That Corkscrew will open no more bottles of vintage wine in celebration. Perhaps a drop of the hard stuff needed for John Heatley in commiseration tonight, but the bubbly belongs to Dominator 2. A rueful look and a sad ending for a very competitive and worthy team. Newcomers to Robot Wars, and haven't they put up a good display? In the end, righted after the fly through the air. But back to the Highlands and Lowlands, back over Hadrian's Wall for Corkscrew. And the Anglos from Huntingdon in Cambridgeshire, Dominator 2, are through to the series semi-finals. They're on fire now. Perhaps there's a wee dram of the hard stuff somewhere underneath that kilt. I don't know. I've never looked up a Scotsman's kilt, never felt the need to. But something in there is on fire. And in goes the ref bot with the extinguisher. Out they go. A pat of the head.
Corkscrew go spinning out of the competition. Dominator 2 through to the series semi-finals. Hey, now we know what's under the robot's kilt. A petrol engine.
Oh, yeah.
Talk me through that.
We didn't have the weapons again, so we had
It wasn't spinning again, was it?
Run around.
You wasn't doing
We'll be back. We'll be back spinning.
You wasn't doing any of the corkscrewing, was you?
No,
Well,
today.
you've led a fairly charmed life in this competition. But
some would say.
You've added a lot of colour, a lot of fun. Come here, you. Come here. You've been so lippy throughout this competition, and now you're stuck for words, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you a bit disappointed?
Yeah, but
You give it your best shot, didn't you, eh?
yeah.
And as your dad said, you'll be back, won't you?
Yeah.
Bigger.
Better than ever.
Don't be too disappointed, all right? It's been great having you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Corkscrew! You're a lovely young man.
Oh, no.
How could you do it to him?
It just had to be done. Sorry.
You're through to the series semi-finals.
That's the good bit.
With the axe of doom.
Absolutely.
How do you feel? See, these are little lads. There's some big boys in the series semi-finals.
Come on, bring it on. Let's have some fun.
That's what we like to hear. That's what we want. Mayhem, carnage, wanton destruction.
Absolutely.
All on Robot Wars. Ladies and gentlemen, Dominator 2! Well, the world is governed by rules and laws, but we bend the book on Robot Wars. Bye-bye.